Jansen so they know that we sent you. That's promo code Jansen. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 97.1 The Ticket. Must be 21 or over. Present Michigan. New users only. Must wager in designated offer market. $10 first deposit required. $150 max bonus. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJD I-50 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Duncan. Roads are quiet as usual, although traffic is starting to build through the work zone 275 between South Huron Road and 94. New fall feelings call for new fall flavors, like the new apple cranberry Duncan refreshers made with green tea or coconut milk. Pair your pick with an apple cider donut. Fall into flavorful at Duncan. America runs on Duncan. Apple cranberry flavored drink, 0% fruit juice. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusion supply. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Boost and Cricket charge more for unlimited 5G. Metro doesn't. Introducing the big 5G upgrade from Metro by T-Mobile. Just $25 a month gets you unlimited 5G and a free 5G smartphone. That's half the price of Boost and Cricket's top plans. So ditch your overpriced connections and switch to Metro, the leader in prepaid. Experience
covers everything.
The app covers everything. We just added NCAA version
Yes.
with Zach Charbonnet and Joe Milton tonight.
Oh boy. Oh, they play tonight?
Yeah, they play Bowling Green now. So I gotta preface this, right?
It's horrible.
Bowling Green is not good. I
Right.
want them to be good because that's Scotty Leffler,
Right.
Terry Malone, Soup Campbell. A lot of the guys that were coaches at Michigan have been coaches in this area for a while. But they're just not right now a great football team.
Sounds like 97 Michigan Light.
Yes. Steve Morrison is down there. He was a linebacker when I came to Michigan. One of great captains.
Where's Jim Herman?
Jim Herman, I believe, is retired. He was there, then went to the AAF and got paid. All the coaches that got paid for the AAF, that was one of the greatest gigs ever.
Oh, yeah?
Because they all got paid.
Is that the one where Spurrier was in?
Spurrier was in there,
Stoops?
yeah. Stoops, I believe Stoops was coaching in that, yeah.
Spurrier's team, didn't they win it or
I think
something?
Spurrier's team, they were leading at the end.
At the end? Well, he's such a great coach in professional football, as you know.
Yeah.
Speaking
of professional football,
yes,
and
we should mention we spent a lot of time talking about kickers yesterday. The Lions didn't get their kicker.
they did.
Us and Siebert.
Yeah, it was released by Cincinnati.
Yep, he was it all go. We talk about this all the time. It's who you know, who you're familiar with. John Dorsey drafted him out of Oklahoma while John Dorsey was running the show in Cleveland. And they also signed a wide receiver, Kadero Hodge, who they are very familiar with from the Rams.
Yeah.
They drafted
Rams and Cleveland.
Yes, exactly. Yes, indeed. Prairie View A&M. To make room, they released safety Dean Marlowe and tight end Darren Fells, which when I first heard that, I said, oh my God, what if he's going to play tight end after? But because they're vested veterans, they aren't subject to waivers, and chances are when Boyle goes on the injured list and maybe even Deshaun Hand.
Dean Marlowe was their veteran in the secondary.
I know.
He was 26.
You're right, those guys might expect them to be released.
Yes, but having said that, right, Fells has some experience. He's 34, 35, something like that.
And penalties preseason.
Yes, but he's been around the block a few times. Same with Marlowe. Hasn't been around the block a lot, but he's 26. He was a veteran, and we talked yesterday about the youth in the secondary position and youth everywhere.
Yes.
That this team is trying to see what they have, develop, and see where they need to go in 22 and in 23. And I'm sure you run into this all the time, as well as I do, because of our jobs. We talk about football, we talk about all the sports, and people want to come up and say, hey, what's your thought on, the Lions? How many wins should they get? And I'm amazed at how many people, I don't think that they actually want the Lions to go 0-17, but they want them to be bad enough to have the worst record to get the number 1 overall pick next year. And my question then is that really what you want? Do you want them to lose enough to get the number 1 pick? You're rooting for that to happen. It's in essence a tank.
Well, it's interesting because in 248-539-9797, you want them to have the best pick possible going forward because you're realistic enough to know that this town is not a playoff team, okay? But here's the double-edged sword, John. What I want out of this season is the young players. I want to see development. I want to see them getting better and better. Now, if them getting better and better means they win 5 or 6 games instead of 2, which is more advantageous, so be it. I mean,
okay, so you're in that second scenario where the first one is you want to lose enough to be the worst in the NFL, get the number 1 overall pick. That's what you're rooting for. Number 2 is win what you can, watch this team develop, and live with what you get. And so if it's 5 wins, like you mentioned, 6 wins, maybe you're picking 3rd, 4th, whatever.
That's what I feel right now.
Okay.
Once the season progresses, and let's say they lose it because they're not. I think they're favored to win maybe 1 game. If the season progresses and it's 0-4, 0-5, and it's obvious that this team is what we thought it was going to be, I don't think I can't maybe get until cheer
Right.
for them to lose, but deep down inside, I want them to lose because it's advantageous for them to lose.
So you're kind of in between scenario 1 and 2, where you want them to develop, and if that development leads to some wins, you're okay with that
Right, because-
until the end, and then you're thinking, well, I want them to lose enough to get the number 1 pick.
Yeah, because if they lose and are really horrible, and the younger players and the draft choices show that they're not really good, then that'll suck it. Because then, what do we have? We have
No hope.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yes,
At least now we have some hope.
right. That's
Because of what we've seen from Brad Holmes.
right. And look, we are here in rebuild city, restore city, whatever you want to call it. I want us to turn into Hope City on our way to playoff city, on our way to title city.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it should go.
Yeah. Yeah. City of Champions.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful. And then there's the one that, this is the one I don't understand, is when I'm talking to somebody and they're actually getting upset if I say I want them to win a few games, or I say, hey, I think there's a path for them to get to 6 or 7 wins, and they're pissed that the Lions may actually win and not get the number 1 overall pick.
Well,
They want them to go out and actively tank.
Well, I think they're.
There's a lot of there's way more than I thought, and I'm curious
but I
as to
think-
where everybody is. 248-539-9797. Where are you on what you want the Lions to do this year?
I don't think they're actively tanking right now. They're subtly tanking.
They're going the Pistons route.
Yeah. I mean, look at the guys they cut. I mean, look, not that Brashard Perriman is going to be a star, but he was picked up by the Bears. But they say, you know what? We're in a situation. We made a mistake. We're not going to pay. We're paying $2 million for a guy. He's not going to help us. So he's a veteran. Goodbye. And that's what they're doing.
So when I saw that, what is it? Week 4 we play Chicago.
Fields Perriman.
I thought, oh no. Monday morning after that game, Justin Fields hits Brashard Perriman for the game-winning touchdown.
You know that's going to happen.
Well, why couldn't we have traded Brashad Perriman? They got something for him. They got a 6th round pick.
Yes. That's good. Yeah, we could have got something from Crosby. We could have got something from Perriman. We're just released fellows. What if he gets picked up? We could have got something for him.
I'm sure they tried.
Marlowe.
They probably couldn't do it because the teams realized that they were going to cut him anyway. If you're calling us to see what you get, you can get cut anyway. So we have Campbell and Brad Holmes speak today around 4 o'clock at a joint press conference in Allen Park. So I'm sure we'll get some answers, not all the answers that why certain things were done this week. And next week we'll talk about the expectations.
I think you'll get from Brad Holmes a lot of GM talk. And I think from Dan Campbell, you're going to get a little bit more insight. And we just have to decipher what that insight is.
Yes, indeed. Our telephone number is 248-539-9797. Coming up at 6:50, we'll hear from former Steeler, former Clemson player, Levon Kirkland, as he looks at his alma mater's game against Georgia, the 2 Grand Slam at 7:25. Coming up next, a story that is just, well, I'm just going to read the story.
Everybody believe
Get
it.
the reaction. 97.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. On my sports betting show, which you should be checking out, You Better You Bet, we've been discussing every pro football team to get you ready for this season. Recently, we hit on the Los Angeles team in the AFC, which has a win total of 9.5. I think the second-year quarterback has a chance to be great, but I don't think we can go over 9.5 on that win total. Also, don't really want to bet the under. Kansas City's going to be good. Denver has a chance to be good as well in that division. If you think LA's got a chance to be really good this year, take a look at their first-year head coach to win Coach of the Year at 13-1. If LA wins 10, 11 games, he's going to be viewed big time as the favorite. So that's how I would look to bet Los Angeles. If you think they're going to have a good season, take their first-year head coach to win Coach of the Year at 13-1. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos.
history and automated promotion tracking so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP Pro Football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
The Lions VIP tailgate is before every Lions home game by Bullseye Event Group. Start your game day off right. Open bar 3 hours before kickoff. Food Network chef Aaron May and local chef Kay Williams. All you can eat and drink 3 hours before kickoff. The Lions VIP tailgate by Bullseye Event Group. Get your tickets today at bullseyeeventgroup.com.
Well, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/